Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Homewood in the building. Road boy for life. 412 forever. 15208. Holla at your boy. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been a minute since we've been on here. Since I've been able to talk to y'all. Since we've all been together. But welcome back to the channel. So, like I told y'all before, it's new to me, maybe old for y'all, but this is basically primarily new for everybody. They are wilding out down in Mexico, y'all. They are wilding out down in Mexico. CBS News this morning. 4 victims discovered this morning. 1 surviving victim is injured. This is down in Mexico. Y'all see this scene right here? So we gonna learn about it today. I'm gonna learn about it today. Y'all gonna learn about it today, because I'm gonna learn about it today. So let's get into this.
CBS News correspondent Omar Villafranca is in Brownsville, Texas. That's just over the border where those Americans were kidnapped. Omar, thanks for joining us at such short notice. What can you tell us about what the governor in that state of Mexico has said?
And I want to add a little bit to that attribution, Vlad. It was the governor of Tamaulipas and also the attorney general of Tamaulipas have both reported that 2 of the 4 Americans, as you mentioned, who were kidnapped, were killed. Another one of those, the third American, was injured. We do not know the condition of that American, and another one was not hurt. Now, here's what we're trying to figure out: who has passed away, and who is injured, and who is still alive.
So it's 4 Americans, 2 of them is dead, 1 is injured, and they still trying to figure out which one is still alive. Wow. Woo. That's crazy. That's crazy. And he's in Texas. So why do people still insist on going down to Mexico, doing whatever they do down there? I don't know, but this looked like some cartel shit that they just down there wilding out in Mexico, man. Won't get my feet down there.
We're trying to get the proper names assigned with that. We know the names of the 4 people who were abducted, but we don't know at this point who is alive and who is dead. It's worth noting at this point that the U.S. government has been working with the Mexican government, and the Mexican government has said that they formed a task force to go and look for these people who were abducted last Friday. And another big question is, where are they? Where were they discovered? We don't know yet. We're trying to figure out the condition of the people who are still alive and where they are, and if they are in safe hands. A lot of unanswered questions, but unfortunately the information we do know is not good. 2 have passed away, 1 injured.
Has the White House or the State Department
Look at this. Look how they getting in the back of the truck.
Right
and they
now,
just shoved that person in the back of the truck.
They're probably listening. The president of Mexico, AMLO, speaks, kind of in a briefing type setting. And some of that information came out in the president's briefing. We're waiting to get any response from the White House and the State Department and the FBI to see if, and from family members of these folks from North.
Man, I don't understand it. I don't understand how they, you know what I mean, the Mexican government can just let people wild out like that. I mean, I know the cartel is big. They got police in their back pocket. They got army people in their back pocket. But just to wild out and just kill American citizens, that's crazy, man. Considering that somebody just got beat to death down in Mexico, and Her friends done beat her to death, broke her back, broke her neck, done went back home from Mexico after they killed somebody in Mexico, came back home, nothing's happened. But that's a whole totally different story for another time. This is something totally new. This is like crazy. Y'all seen the video? Little portion of the video they just played with the people. They threw her in. Looked like a girl with some dreads in her hair, some locks in her hair or something. They just threw her, and there's a body on the ground, but they ain't showing that. The video cuts off when they go to drag the body in the back of the truck. But let's get back into it.
In South Carolina, trying to see if we can get any reaction from them and find out what happens next.
So, Omar, and I know this is, again, breaking news, and you're getting the information as we are reporting it live on the air here, but do we know, or do we have an understanding at all, if the two that are reported to be dead were killed, were executed? In other words, they were taken, abducted, and then executed, or were they perhaps hurt in that gunfire that killed that one Mexican woman, as you reported?
Well, and that's a question we don't know about, Vlad, but in the video that we have played before, and we want to warn people if we're playing it right now, it is disturbing. You see cartel members who are armed pull up in a pickup truck and put a woman in the back of a truck. I'm not sure if she was injured, but she was upright and they were walking her in. The other two did not look good. We see them dragging a body across the road, and we're not sure if it was blood or some other type of body fluid that was on the ground while they were dragging them and put them next to her in the back of that pickup truck. We don't want to jump to conclusions to say one of those people have died,
Look at this trail right here.
It did not look good from the initial scene from what we saw on Friday. And as you mentioned, a Mexican civilian who was there in that intersection was killed. So there were bullets flying left and right. There was cartel violence there in Matamoros on Friday. In fact, the local leadership there in Mexico, when that gunfire broke out in the afternoon, was basically telling people to shelter in place. So did the U.S. State Department. If there's Americans down there, stay in place. Why that's important? This is spring break.
But they have a U.S. consulate down in Mexico that is supposed to protect, quote unquote, Americans while they're down there, while they're on. Is Mexico considered foreign land?
It ain't our country.
So they're supposed to protect these Americans when they're on foreign soil. So these people won't be down there wilding out trying to kill, kidnap, do whatever they want to American citizens. But I guess that's out the door. Because
free will, though. They chose to go over there. They should have, not saying that it's at fault for them to be injured or hurt. They chose to go over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's a choice.
Yeah, but still the American government is stationed down there.
Yeah,
that's what they're down there for.
They didn't know that until after this stuff happened. Them people went over there right over the border and ended up getting shot up, or I'm saying unalived.
Yeah, well,
Some of them.
I'm quite sure it's not the first time it's happened. Probably. Just like I just mentioned, the girl that went down there with her friends and they done killed her and fled back to the United States from Mexico. The American government didn't do nothing, didn't bat an eye. Smooth turned they back like didn't nothing happen.
Mm-hmm.
Same here. 2 Americans was just killed.
Or unalived.
2 Americans were just unalived in Mexico. The American government, they should be on top of this. Like they're on top of everything else. They'll be on top of something that happens overseas in Russia or Ukraine. They'll be all over that.
Right.
Let it happen on, you know what I mean, close to home. They'll turn their back. Smooth as ever, man. But let's get back into this.
Right now, here where I'm at, Brownsville is safe. The other side is Matamoros, but there's a lot of people who come down here, not only from Texas, but from the south, because South Padre Island, which you've probably heard of, is just down the road. This is the airport that you would most likely fly into to go to South Padre Island. People come here, they have a good time, maybe cross into Mexico to eat and
right
maybe
on the border
drink and have some fun,
Texas.
and come back over. The State Department has a level 4 warning to not go over. Some people do. Anyway, so a lot of attention not only on the Mexican side but on the American side to see exactly what happened to these people.
Yeah, that's what I was sort of wondering about. So, what we learned this morning is that at least one person had gone down there for a procedure, probably a cosmetic procedure. I mean, that happens quite a lot. But in various places. But I wondered about how frequently it happened in this area, in this town. Is this an area that's known for plastic surgery proceders, or was this like a sort of an odd thing?
No, I mean, you're in a part here in Matamoros is a town of more than 500,000 people, and there are doctors there. On the other side, you have the border towns. You have Brownsville, you have McAllen here. That's a big city where they can go to. Look, there's a lot of people, and I'll be honest, I grew up in San Antonio. We would go to Laredo, cross over into Nuevo Laredo, and you could go to a drugstore over there. You could get simple, amoxicillin. All my tias, all my grandmas wanted the retinol to put on their face. They wanted the cheaper medical stuff that they could get without a prescription. Nothing nefarious, but you could get it cheaper, and it was readily available over there. It's not uncommon for people here on the Brownsville side to say, like, well, I need to go to the drugstore. Instead of going to CVS, they cross over and they go and buy a few things over there much cheaper and bring it back over here. The same thing with medical procedures, especially cosmetic. Brazilian butt lifts. There can be augmentations, tummy tucks. But even dental
Brazilian
work. There
butt
are
lifts.
dentists who come to school here in the U.S. and then
He
go
said
back to
butt lifts
Mexico
with authority.
and practice there. And a lot of people do go over there. It's cheaper, and if they don't have insurance here in the U.S., they go over into Mexico. The same way you hear people in Florida go to Colombia for various procedures as well. It's just a quick plane trip, a little bit of recovery, and come over. A lot of times they'll start here in Brownsville, cross over into Matamoros, get whatever elective or cosmetic surgeries they may want done, and then come back here on the American side and recover.
Omar, so how is I guess this is going to be sort of an interesting question, but how is the governor getting this information if we are to believe that these kidnappings and ultimately this killing was carried out by a cartel? So how would the governor and the attorney general be privy to this information? What are I'm guessing they probably know some things that they haven't shared with the media yet, but I'm trying to understand how the flow of information works in Mexico.
Look, the same way that our American government is finding out information on what they were doing down there. Every government has sources, with a white hat and a black hat. So they may be trying to work those channels as well.
I don't understand what you trying to figure out what they was doing down there. What do people go to Mexico for? They either running from the law, going down there to visit, or going to go get some cosmetic surgery done for cheap, or they're going down there to buy something and just use it down there. But hey,
we're trying to find out how they were found, and if they were found, did they show up at a hospital? Were they dumped at a hospital? Were they presented somewhere and left there? I mean, there has been cases where cartel members grab somebody and then leave them to be found.
Right in his hand.
Whether dead or alive is another thing. But
right in the middle of the street.
In this case,
People
we're trying to
walking
find out
around
if there was
like
a
it's just a
hospital in
regular
Matamoros
day.
that they showed up at or they were taken to and left there, and currently who has them in custody. If they're with Mexican officials, then that would be a good thing, because then at that point now we could figure out, okay, who's getting medical treatment, and it would be easier to transport them back here to the American side and back to their families.
What's the alternative if they're not with Mexico?
Well, if the cartel still has them, then the cartel will give them back whenever the cartel wants to give them back in whatever way they feel they want to give them back. And you can kind of read between the lines here, not to get too gruesome, since people are still, we don't know what custody or whose custody they are in. But listen, I mean, it's horrible that 2 people have died, but the question is how they were found, and the 2 who are still alive, what condition are they in?
Omar, thank you very much. So we will, of course, continue to follow the developments out of Mexico and anything else that we can learn about the surviving Americans. You're streaming CBS News.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. You can't even go on a vacation or nowhere. You can't even do that without the pretenses or the assumption that you can be killed anywhere. So what if they was just down there? I mean, they said one went down there for cosmetic surgeries. Okay. So what if they just went down there on, this is just speaking on, and hypothetically, to go have some fun, to party. It is spring break. You can't even go down there and enjoy yourself for real, for real. But you really had to piss somebody off for it to be broad daylight. Well, I don't know what goes on down there, but broad daylight, they got automatic weapons, bulletproof vests on, shooting up the street in broad daylight. You had to do something. But what? But anyway, y'all go ahead. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. For those that are already subscribed to the channel, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time out to come on over. Across the street, come on over, see what's going on. For those that are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, on that note, y'all, go tell your brother, go tell your sister, tell your father, tell your mother, tell your aunts and uncles, tell your cousins, tell the neighbor across the street, tell them to tell their little dog, even tell their goldfish. Come on down on YouTube, Hanging with Carlos Tipton is the name of the channel. Y'all can come on down and see what's what. You might find something you'll like. You might see something you want to do. Let me know. So, till next time, love y'all. Peace. Stay blessed.